Good morning, Michigan City High School. Today is March 22nd, 2023. I am Joy Tucker. Here is my co-anchor,
Kayla Campbell.
And here are your morning announcements. Let's take a dive into Michigan City High School's music world. On one note, congratulations to our band and choir for making it all the way to state.
On Saturday, February 18th, 2023, Brooklyn Wade, Michaelin Jenks, Paige Merrill, Emma Abraham, Noemi Williams, Madison Gresham, Hannah Parker, and Avery Wingard traveled to Perry Meriden High School in Indianapolis to compete at the Vocal ISMA State Solo and Ensemble competition. Brooklyn Wade received a gold rating for her vocal solo. Michaelin Jenks received a gold rating with distinction for her vocal solo. The ensemble, composed of Paige Merrill, Emma Abraham, Noemi Williams, Madison Gresham, Hannah Parker, and Avery Wingard, received a perfect score on their piece, Fire. They all earned a gold with distinction for this incredible performance. Congratulations to all of these choral students. Your hard work and dedication paid off. On Saturday, February 25th, 2023, Emre David, Sophia Barzak, Ashley Sparks, and Kira Kaczynski traveled to North Central High School in Indianapolis to compete at the Instrumental ISMA Solo State Ensemble competition. Emre David received a silver rating for his alto saxophone solo. Emre also performed a tenor saxophone solo and received a gold rating with distinction. Sophia Barzak received a gold rating with her E-flat clarinet solo. She also received a gold rating for her B-flat clarinet solo. Ashley Sparks received a gold rating for her mellophone solo. Kira Kaczynski received a gold rating with distinction for her piccolo solo. Kira also received a perfect score on her flute solo, earning her a gold with distinction for this incredible performance. The trio, composed of Kira Kaczynski on the flute, Sophia Barzak on clarinet, and Ashley Sparks on oboe, received a gold with distinction. Congratulations to all of these band students. Your hard work and dedication paid off.
The music department is currently selling their Super Saving Cards. For $10, the purchaser receives discounts at many local restaurants and stores throughout Michigan City and the Port for the entire year. Please see a member of the choir or band department to purchase your card. And now on to our short segment with Mrs. Tice.
Hello, Michigan City High School. I'm Giovanni Farmer. We're here with another short segment, this time featuring our very own Taylor Tice, who recently met the First Lady of the United States. Hello, Ms. Tice.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good.
All right. So for our first question, what was the First Lady's purpose for her visit at Ivy Tech?
So Dr. Joe Biden's husband, the President of the United States, Joe Biden, has a big education initiative that he's putting forth $500 million to be designated to community colleges. Dr. Joe Biden worked at community colleges for over 30 years, so she's really passionate about this as well. So she was coming to Ivy Tech in Valparaiso to give a speech and to see what some of that donation money was doing at the school. Ivy Tech in Valpo especially has a big push for the green initiative. So they work on solar power, they work on installing wind turbines, and so there's a big solar farm there that she came and toured.
A lot of solar farms.
Mm-hmm. Especially around here.
Yeah. All right. So for our second question, what was your experience like being able to meet Dr. Jill Biden?
So the experience was really cool, not gonna lie. She was very down to earth. It was the weirdest thing. Mm-hmm. The transcript of her speech as it was written is available on the federal government website, and she completely went off the cuff. So she improvised, she had one-on-one conversations with the students. She even joked around about, since she's a teacher, spring break coming up for her students as well as ours, and she was just very personable. She's also very small, which is interesting. The president of Ivy Tech is very short and very petite, and she was even smaller than her. So that was also very interesting for me to see. And then I spent a lot of time with Secret Service. So that was really cool, getting to see the background behind all of that. And it was just a very cool experience.
It sounds like it was very cool. It does.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And for our final question, how were you able to earn the title of Senior Security Personnel?
So I've been working at Ivy Tech running their security at night for a couple years now. And while I was there, basically I just showed good work initiative. I put in extra hours. I volunteered to step up to leadership roles for the security officers that are there. And then while I was preparing with the Secret Service, the head chief of staff and the executive assistant recognized my hard work, and then they asked me to volunteer to work with Secret Service during the meet and greet, during the interview. And so they kind of pushed me into that role, which was cool. But I was in charge of protests that day. So if there was anyone protesting or if there was anyone who decided to make a scene during her speech, I was in charge of removing them. So that was pretty cool.
All right, so not only are you doing a fabulous job working with us, but
Thank
you're
you.
doing a great job at Ivy Tech too as security.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. So, and before we end today's segment, would you like to add anything else?
Definitely. So I was gifted this box of official President of the United States seal M&Ms that is signed by our president, Joe Biden. It was gifted me by the chief of staff for working with them, and it's just a cool like souvenir that nobody really has. So.
All right.
If anybody wants to know more, you can always come and see me down in P105. You can also get online, the Ivy Tech website, as well as the federal government website for reading the transcript and finding other information out about the $500 million community college, or even more information about attending Ivy Tech.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tice, for coming to, doing the interview with me.
Yeah, it's been fun.
All right. Yeah, it has been fun. It was an experience.
Yeah.
This has been Giovanni Farmer with MCHS TV, and on to the next segment.
Bye.
All right.
Welcome back to Design is Dead. My name is Kalila Davis Bay, and I'm here with one of our very own students, Arthur Joyner. He's a junior student with a variety of artistic skills in his arsenal, varying from food to drawing. So tell me, what type of artistic skills do you possess?
Yeah, I do a lot of traditional art, ranging from traditional and realistic forms of art to baking, painting, a lot of different media, musicians, singing, guitar, piano. I do a lot.
It seems like a lot. What did you start out with?
I started out with traditional drawing. So I would draw like just doodles in class, and eventually it just evolved into me doing different kinds of painting and trying out realism. And it really just branched out from
What
that.
inspired you to pursue art?
Yeah, a lot of things inspired me to do art, but I think the number one thing that inspired me was my friends in middle school. I have a lot of artistic friends who really inspire me. Andrew and Colin.
What are some artistic inspirations?
For me, that's kind of a loaded question, because I know that a lot of people will say that they get inspiration from their family, or they get inspiration from their friends, online art, fandoms, but I really just kind of get inspiration from everywhere, really. I have a lot of friends who inspire me to keep drawing. Quinn, Andrew, Mia, Charlie, a lot of my friends who inspire me to just keep going, and even I'll inspire myself to draw things. I have this little character, little green guy on purple trench coat, like this weird purple tie, a top hat. I call him Gorbo, and he's largely, if almost entirely inspired by me. He's a Sona of sorts. He has this really wide, toothy, like gummy grin that unhinges from his jaw. He's very eccentric. So I grab inspiration from all different corners of my life.
Yeah, your little character reminds me of mine. I have one too.
The little alien, yeah.
Yeah. So I heard you work at a bakery. What is it called again?
Bowlerman Confections, Suite C, Franklin Street.
Oh, that's cool. What's it like working there?
It's very hectic. It's the downtown district is a really lovely area, and I wouldn't change working in that area, but I think what makes it the most energetic place for me to work at is that I work alongside my family. My mother and my father own the business. They are both culinary chefs. They're both professional chefs and pastry chefs and bakers. So it's really a strange environment when your boss and your manager and the people paying your salary are also your mom and dad. But we try not to let that we try not to let us being family members affect how we work or affect home life. We have a very perfect kind of world in that sense.
And the customers, what is interacting with them like?
It's definitely helped me get over my social anxiety. Growing up, I've always had like this stage fright. I've always been afraid to talk to people. So I think working at the bakery, I have become a lot more like myself. I've become a lot more open around people, for better or for worse.
And before we get to listening to your music, what are some words of inspiration you want to say to all the artists out there?
Don't push yourself to try things that are outside your comfort zone, but it really is a good tactic to try and learn new things and try things that you haven't done before. I wouldn't have as many hobbies and artistic abilities that I do if it wasn't for me getting out of my comfort zone and really just, trying things that I don't think I would have normally tried. I don't think I would have tried realism if I wouldn't have just been like, well, let's see what happens. The worst case scenario is you don't like something and you move on to the next thing. So really just get out there and try everything you can.
Exactly. Testing what you can do is always the best way to push yourself and make better art. I completely understand.
I don't think I would have become a musician if it wasn't just for me, trying.
Yeah. So speaking of which, your music, can we hear a little bit of what you have for us?
Yeah, I'll be playing Greener by Tally Hall on my personal acoustic guitar. Here's that part again where everything's more than it should be, and greener seems to fall beneath your feet. Seconds tick like boulders whenever you don't go. Does it seem like that where you are? Wherever it is you are, does it seem like that where you are? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Time for time together, and depending on the weather, we'll either argue in your house or outside. How different I felt, and then I get this notch on my belt, 'cause in my plans you were all for me. Yeah, but now it seems that you just rather leave. Wherever you go is breaking me slowly. Don't leave it alone, don't leave it alone. You sound so much further on the phone. You've been just right next to me, but there is always a reason why it can't be. Tissues get used and you get rid of me. Don't you see what you do to me? And you just let it be. I wish you'd get used and then come running back to the shoulder that's become of me, to the shoulder that's me.
that performance definitely warmed our hearts. Thank you for coming in, Arthur. This is it for Designers Den. Now on to the next segment.
Here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, here comes the, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like, here comes the, y'all don't really want it like.
Oh, I'm Austin Decker here from the Wolves Den, and this is the first boys volleyball game ever in Michigan City history. How do you feel that this is our first ever boys volleyball game here at Michigan City?
You know, it's pretty cool. You know, I wasn't sure what to expect either, and you know, it's an emerging sport as far as the IHSA is concerned, and I think it's pretty cool. You know, I'm enjoying it right now, seeing some of these guys that don't play football, don't play basketball, don't play baseball, and now they have a sport that they love, and I think that's cool as anything, you know.
Thank you, Carp. I'm here with Coach Amanda. So, Coach Amanda, how do you think the first JV boys volleyball game went?
I think it went pretty well. I mean, it's the first year for all guys DAC volleyball, first time in history, so starting to make history, and I'm pretty excited about it.
How do you feel that you were a part of history tonight?
Oh, no, I'm just kidding. So I feel like we need to work on a couple things, but I'm very amped to what we can bring to the table to make sure that we start a program that will last for years.
So let's see what Coach Warren's up to. So Coach Warren, how do you feel that you're going to be a part of history tonight?
Oh, it's fantastic. First one of the year, first one in history. So we're out here making history tonight. So I'm very happy, very excited.
Thank you for your time. How do you guys feel that this is the first ever Michigan City boys volleyball game in school history?
I feel pretty good, to be honest. I'm pretty excited. The first home game. I'm all hyped up. I'm pretty good to go. I just want to get this dub.
I mean, same here. I just want to get that dub. You know, I'm trying to do what I can out there, and we're all trying to do what we can out there. You know, first time ever playing. So, yeah.
Thank you guys for your guys' answers, and good luck tonight.
What motivates me as a teacher is to be able to come up with new and interesting ways to present material to my students so that not only do they understand it, but that they enjoy it, have fun with it, and then ultimately learn and master that skill.
All right, what motivates me as a teacher is Willie Ford and the rest of my students in the class, along with my basketball, softball players, both girls and boys, football. They're always coming in my classroom and just keeps me motivated to come back every day.
What motivates me to be a teacher, the one thing that happens every year, usually I get a note or a student comes up to me and says something to me at least once a year, and it makes me want to come back each year. That's happened for almost 30 years now, almost every year. And that's kind of what keeps me coming back. I've always enjoyed what I've done. That's another thing that keeps me coming back every year. And as long as I enjoy what I do, I'll keep doing what I'm doing.
The thing that motivates me most about it, being a teacher here, is creating lessons and trying to execute the lesson plan to that. It's always exciting day by day to see kids get an aha moment and then move on from that. So it's kind of like a Christmas morning every time, seeing if the present that I've wrapped is actually appreciated, and if and when it is, that it's the joy that you get from that. So moving day from day, year from year, the thing that motivates me is just seeing the kids get excited about learning new concepts.
What motivates me as a teacher? I'd have to say the kids. I had a lot of positive influences in my life, and I aspired to be that, to inspire other students. So, yeah, I think that's what motivates me the most.
I would say if I was not a teacher, which is something I've always wanted to be, I'd probably maybe be in the food industry. Those of you that know me at all know that I love to eat, but honestly, I've always been intrigued by the food industry, so probably something in that industry, but I'm happy where I'm at. Teaching is the best profession in the world, getting to work with all you great young people.
So if I was not a teacher, my dream job would be to own my own restaurant. I've worked in the restaurant industry for about 15 years in pretty much every capacity, and I would love to eventually own my own restaurant.
If I wasn't a teacher, I would be a general contractor. I want to learn how to build stuff, fix stuff. I love to do it at my house. So if I wasn't a teacher, I'd be a general contractor.
If I wasn't a teacher, I would have chosen something outdoors, so I probably would have worked at a national park.